In the last episode of our AEW Universe mode, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi went one-on-one for the International Championship after Kota Ibushi betrayed his partner and cost them the tag team titles to the Corporate Elite. Kenny Omega would come out of that match on top and win the International Championship. That show also saw the returning Sting win the tag team championships away from the Corporate Elite with his partner Darby Allin. We had a Cruiserweight Open for the Continental Championship that was held by Alex Shelley, which was won by his former partner in Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin. And in the main event, Malakai Black wins back the World Heavyweight Championship from Hangman Adam Page. And we've got a strong show lined up here. We've got a lot of debuts to get through tonight. A lot of new superstars coming into AEW. And we'll end the night on a trios tag title match. But first, we open with a tag team match with a new debuting team here in AEW. Kaito and Hiromu Takahashi will take on two-thirds of Death Triangle, the Lucha Bros, Penta and Rey Fenix. We have us a good fashion big man slapping meat match. Keith Lee takes on Big Bill Morrissey, who is also making his debut in the universe. A women's Fatal 4-Way Battle Royal. This is for a #1 contender shot for Trinity's AEW World Women's Championship. As you can see in this match, we have another debut. Mayu Iwatani makes her debut in AEW, as well as Thunder Rosa makes her return to AEW. And in the main event, the trios titles are on the line. The Undisputed Empire takes on the Corporate Elite. All right, and the Lucha Bros were able to defeat the newcomers to the tag division, Hiromu and Kaito. We know this was a hard-fought, fast-paced match, and no doubt was a strong showing from our new tag team, but just not enough to come over the veterans of the tag team division, the Lucha Bros, and they pick up the win. Next up, another new debut here in AEW. Big Bill does not pick up a win as Keith Lee stands in his way. The women's Fatal 4-Way Battle Royal for a women's world title shot against Trinity. The newcomer in this match actually picks up the win as Mayu Iwatani will take on Trinity next week for the World Women's Championship. And in the main event for the trios titles, the Corporate Elite, our opening match for this week of Dynamite, sees Will Ospreay return to action after a couple weeks away to take on Bandito. No doubt this will be a fast-paced matchup here. Next up, the Corporate Elite have a tight chokehold on AEW. Yes, they did lose the tag team titles, but in an act of defiance after losing, they go and win the trios titles. So Darby and Sting are going to try to put it into the Corporate Elite, but they need a partner, and that partner will be Jeff Hardy. We have the House of Black, Buddy Matthews and Brody King versus the Red Hot Lucha Bros. Lucha Bros are on a winning streak. The House of Black looks to put an end to that as they look to rise up the ranks in contention for the tag team titles. And in the main event, our main event scene gets a little bit more interesting as Hangman puts up his rematch against Jon Moxley in a no-holds-barred match. And that means if Moxley wins, he will have the right to challenge the champion at Full Gear. Will Ospreay is able to pick up a win in his return match against Bandito, no doubt trying to get himself back on track and build up some momentum. Again, continue their reign over AEW and defeat Darby Allin, Sting, and Jeff Hardy. No doubt the Bucks will be looking to take back their tag team titles. The scheduled Lucha Bros versus House of Black match ends up breaking down into Penta versus Brody King, where Brody King picks up the win. And Jon Moxley ends up stealing Hangman Page's rematch by beating him in a no-holds-barred match. Jon Moxley can now challenge Malakai Black for an AEW World. He doesn't get to run up on Malakai Black like it's a Money in the Bank. He has to challenge him to a match and let him know, but nonetheless, he does get a world title match. The House of Black and the Lucha Bros again will attempt to do battle. If this one breaks down, we will have to do something to try to keep these two teams contained. #1 contender Mayu Iwatani makes her singles debut on Dynamite against Athena. After losing his world title rematch to Jon Moxley last week, Hangman and his crew look to do battle against Mox and his crew. And in the main event, world champion Malakai Black goes one-on-one. The Lucha Bros are able to overcome the House of Black. The singles in-ring debut of Mayu Iwatani on Dynamite goes over smoothly as she defeats Athena, looking ahead to her match against Trinity. The team of Cowboy Bullshit beats the Blackpool Combat Club. Mox and Hangman's rivalry gets a little more bitter, and world champion Malakai Black is able to defeat his challenger Wardlow in a non-title match. And our go-home show before Full Gear will open up with Swerve Strickland versus Pac. International champion Kenny Omega takes on Juice Robinson. Continental champion Chris Sabin partners with his Motor City Machine Guns partner and opponent at Full Gear, Alex Shelley, to take on Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. And in the main event, after losing his rematch for the world title, Adam Page will challenge Joe for his rematch. If you remember, Joe has a rematch dating all the way back to All In, but has been lurking in the shadows, waiting for his opportunity. Hangman Page calls him out and attempts to steal his rematch. Pac is able to beat Swerve Strickland in the opening match of the evening. International champion Kenny Omega overcomes Juice Robinson. Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, in a rare moment, are not able to get on the same page as they're both focused on facing each other for the Continental Championship, and that leaves the Undisputed Kingdom to win this match. Hangman Adam Page fails in stealing the rematch from Samoa Joe, and here we are. We have arrived at our pay-per-view, Full Gear, and first up on the show, Alex Shelley gets his rematch against Chris Sabin for the Continental Championship. And as you can see by the stipulation, we're going with some OG TNA stuff here in a Full Metal Mayhem match. In a rematch for the tag team titles, the Corporate Elite take on Darby Allin and Sting. This match is 2 out of 3 falls. Next up, we have a very interesting match here. Samoa Joe and Jon Moxley both have rematch clauses for the AEW World Championship. Since there can't be 2 number 1 contenders, the winner of this triple threat match will get the only rematch for the AEW World Championship, and Hangman being in this match means he has a chance to redeem himself and win back his rematch. New AEW newcomer Mayu Iwatani faces Trinity for the AEW World Women's Championship. Mayu Iwatani on an absolute hot streak right now, only debuting 4 weeks ago and already getting a title match. For the AEW World Championship, Malakai Black faces the current number 1 contender, Kazuchika Okada, leader of the Corporate Elite. If Okada can manage to win this match, he brings the AEW World title over to the Corporate Elite, which means by the end of this show, the Corporate Elite can have every title in AEW, and I usually don't put anything in the main event other than the world title, but story dictates that this match gets the main event. Kota Ibushi faces Kenny Omega. Match number 2 for the international title, this time inside Hell in a Cell. Both competitors move to the center of the ring and lock up. Snapmare takeover. Right into the pin goes Chris Sabin. That pinfall was less of I'm trying to win the match and more of I'm trying to make a statement here. You know, both of these competitors know each other very well. As Chris Sabin goes under that. Ooh, drops him with a double underhook face buster. Chris Sabin again wraps his partner up into a backbreaker. Shelley now able to work his way up from the ground. Stomping at the knee of Chris Sabin. Something that's hindered him over his career. Going to take over from behind and just show the disrespect right back to Chris Sabin. Standing shooting star by Alex Shelley. Now a standing moonsault on target. Sabin's forced to retreat to the outside apron. Shelley with an elbow. Sabin reverses. Sabin goes over the top rope. Shelley catches him. Irish whip. Sabin now catches him. Irish whip to the turnbuckle. Gonna slide out of the ring. Gonna introduce him and metal into this Full Metal Mayhem match. He gets the stop sign, and Alex Shelley is able to fight it away from him. Second rope springboard. Into a drop kick goes Alex Shelley, and Alex Shelley picks him up and drops him with the air raid crash, and a 2 count there. The champion able to get his shoulder up before the 3. Shelley Irish whip to the turnbuckle. Gonna grab him, looking for sliced bread. He hits it. Sabin now back to his feet, caught with a kick. Spinning armbar. Alex Shelley looking to tap out his former partner. I don't think he could get the arm. Chris Sabin kept his hands locked. Ooh, and he's showing off about it. Alex Shelley not going to be happy about that. Irish whip off the turnbuckle. He misses the drop kick again. Misses the forearm follow-up once more. Sabin blocks the punch. Shelley goes under, though. German suplex. Shelley now Irish whip. Goes for a duck under. Sabin blocks it. Stuns him in the turnbuckle, though. Shelley going to stop Sabin out. Sabin's able to get his way out, though. Misses a super kick. Gets caught. German suplex. Gets his way out. Going to float into a pin there. Shelley out at 1. Shelley now suplex position. Fisherman suplex. Decides not to bridge the cover. Drops Alex Shelley in a gutbuster. Picks him up. Forearm to the face. Shelley's now forced to retreat. Gets right back in, trying to catch him off guard. Sabin with a kick to the gut. Going to throw his partner off the ropes. Hip toss. Handstand drop kick by Chris Sabin. Chris Sabin going to go out and look for some hardware. He finds a table, but Shelley knocks it out of his hands. High knee by Shelley knocks Sabin to his... He waits too much, though. Sabin again, lifting gutbuster. Chris Sabin sends Alex Shelley into the corner of the barricade. Sabin traps the leg of Alex Shelley. Drops him high on the knee. Looking for perhaps a backbreaker. Alex Shelley backflips out. Ooh, face buster on the floor. Shelley picks him up. Arm trap suplex, corner of the folded table. Shelley picks up his partner again, traps the arms. Goes under. Ooh, drops him reverse DDT. Up on the shoulders of Alex Shelley. Shelley drops him in a backbreaker. Now Shelley going to put his partner back in the ring. He's going to opt not to bring the table in. Picks up Chris Sabin. Air raid crash. Looking to take his Continental Championship back. Sabin able to save it. But he is in trouble here. Alex Shelley's in full control. Is he going to get it? Swinging face buster. Chris Sabin able to make his way to his feet, but Alex Shelley's still there. Irish whip to an arm drag. Another cover by Alex Shelley. The champion might be fading here. Sabin able to get back to his feet again. Going to roll through Alex Shelley into a heel hook. Finally some offense from the champion. Shelley able to kick him right in the face, though. Now Sabin picks up his partner. Hard back chop. Ooh, fake out with a punch right to the mouth. Now Sabin goes into the cover, but Shelley kicks out at 1. And Sabin goes over the top, right on his partner. Chris Sabin drops the knee, and he's in control of this match now. Both men fighting dangerously close to that ladder. Alex Shelley sends his partner right off the stairs. Sabin now gets up, grabs Shelley, and throws him into the barricade. Knee to the ribs to follow up. He grabs him, face buster off the corner of the stairs. This match is getting really brutal now. Kick to the gut, Sabin. Again with a gut buster. He's been working on those ribs of Alex Shelley all match. And a DDT on Alex Shelley on the corner of the ladder. He thinks that might be it. And it is. Chris Sabin retains the Continental Championship. And for the tag team titles, the Corporate Elite versus Darby and Sting. If the Corporate Elite win this match, Sting will be forced to retire from AEW. Darby now lifts up Matt Jackson. Sit out face buster. Sting hard lariat on Nick Jackson. Sting now through the ropes, suicida. Darby goes up to the top turnbuckle. Sting now lifts up Nick Jackson in a tombstone. Sit out tombstone by Sting. Darby with a missile drop kick, but it gets reversed. Matt Jackson lifts up Darby. Hard vertical suplex. Nick Jackson drops Sting outside. Matt Jackson with another suplex on Darby. Matt Jackson headlock takeover on Darby. Sting has to roll out of the ring and catch his breath. Darby rolls through. Sting comes back in. Kick to the gut. Sting with a hard jumping lariat. Matt Jackson rolls out of the ring. Sting's there again. Lifts him up. Sit out tombstone. Matt Jackson reverses into his own tombstone. Darby with a DDT. Now Matt Jackson and Darby. Sting no-sells the pile driver. Gets right back to his feet. Starts throwing Nick Jackson around. Matt Jackson going to try to end that, though. Poison Rana on the floor. The Stinger, though, back to his feet. Matt Jackson headlock takeover, wondering what he has to do to keep Sting on the ground. Sting rolls through the headlock takeover. Sting gets up and throws Matt Jackson. Sting is unstoppable right now, throwing Matt Jackson off the corner of the announce table. Looking for a Hurricane Rana. Nick Jackson got to power out of it, though, and a powerbomb on the floor. Knee drop by Matt Jackson busts open the Icon. Darby's able to float over into a DDT. Now Sting fighting his way back to his feet. Gonna put Nick Jackson back in the ring. That's Matt Jackson. Darby tornado head scissors. Matt Jackson able to get the jump on Sting with a drop kick. Sting able to roll out of the ring. Catches Matt Jackson in the follow. What's Sting looking for here? Sit out pile driver. Stalling vertical against the barricade. Sting, though, able again to fight his way back to his feet. Hard punch to the face. Scorpion death drop. Sting into the cover. Nick Jackson rolls in the ring, is able to break it up. Super kick takes down the Icon. Nick Jackson into the cover. Darby might be too far away. Ooh, Sting able to save this match. Darby right there, though. Hard forearm to follow up. Matt Jackson there behind him, though. Standing drop kick. Darby's now caught against the Corporate Elite. Darby runs in. Hard forearm takes down Nick Jackson. Darby now runs through. Floats over looking for it. Stun Dog Millionaire. Darby going to the second rope. Sizing up his opponent. He kicks Nick Jackson away. Matt rolls in. Double axe handle. Hits Matt instead of Nick. Takes the bullet for his partner. Sting gets caught. Spinning Uranagi by Matt Jackson. Darby's forced to roll out of the ring. Nick Jackson's waiting on him, though. Step up tope by Nick Jackson. Sting gets caught in a Northern Lights suplex. Matt Jackson going to head to the top turnbuckle. Sting in the center of the ring. Matt Jackson. Moonsault hits. Darby gets busted open. The Corporate Elite. Ooh, Sting out at 1. This is a 2 out of 3 falls match. We've yet to see one fall yet. But we could see it here as Matt Jackson goes back to the top. Looking for the moonsault again. He hits it. Darby slides in and saves his partner. Darby now snap vertical suplex. Now Nick Jackson lifts up Darby. Sting stunned on the outside. Now's the time to get the first fall. Darby's fighting his way out, though. Darby now Hurricane Rana. Darby's going to head to the top rope. Looking for that coffin drop. And he nails Nick Jackson with the coffin drop. Darby into the cover. Sting lifts up Matt Jackson on the outside. And there it is. Darby and Sting get the first fall. Darby again going to the top rope. Going to look for a second coffin drop. There it is. A coffin drop number 2 on Nick Jackson. His partner's nowhere to help him. But he gets out at 2.9. Darby going to go to the top again. A third coffin drop. Nick Jackson now going to go to the top. 450. Sting into the ring, though. Not going to let him get that pinfall. Sting lifts him up. Atomic drop. Looking for the Scorpion death drop. Matt Jackson in to save his partner. Super kick hits Sting. Matt Jackson trying to put out the Icon by putting him to sleep. Can he do it? Sting looks like he may be passed out here. Able to make it to his feet. Matt Jackson for a spear. Gets caught with a knee. Sting playing possum. Nick Jackson another step up. Corkscrew tope. Matt Jackson again on Sting. Wants to put away the Icon for good. Super kick gets caught. Sting not going to let it happen. Clothesline. Sting now going to catch him. Scorpion death drop. This could be the end of the match here. And it is. Darby and Sting sweep the Corporate Elite 2-0. Mox moves in, high knee, takes out the Hangman. Joe moves in with his signature strikes, lifts up Mox. Joe not wasting any time, taking down Mox. Hangman back up, DDT. Now Hangman goes over to Mox, grabs the hand. Ooh, Rainmaker from the Hangman. Joe moves in, hard kick. Now Mox busts open Joe with that high knee. Mox then lifts up Hangman, Fisherman suplex. Doesn't go for the bridge. Joe's right there, kick to the gut. Joe off the ropes. Moves in with that kick. Mox back up to his feet. Joe back fist is blocked. Now Hangman lifts up Mox. Mox going to fight his way out with the back elbows. Going to take over Hangman with the snapmare. Off the ropes. Knee to Hangman. Joe's still right there. Mox able to beat him to the punch. Swinging neck breaker. Hangman back to his feet. Mox able to catch him too. Mox lifts up Hangman. Another fisherman suplex. Now Joe back into the ring. Mox catches him and just takes him down. Hangman from behind. German suplex. Gonna keep the wrist trap. Rolls through. Lariat. Able to catch Joe before he gets there. Super kick. A super kick to the back of the head. Hangman following up into the cover. Mox there to break it up. Mox tries to kick him in the face. Hangman dragon screw leg whip. Joe now takes over Hangman. Hard chop to the back. Kicks him right in the face. Now Mox grabs Joe. Hangman grabs Mox on the apron. Brings him over the rope. Suplex to the floor. This match is insane. Joe's now going to follow both competitors to the outside. Mox with the high knee again. Gonna lift him up again. Another atomic drop. Hangman catches Joe. Stalling vertical. Joe's going to float over that. Ooh, and takes out Hangman. Gets Mox on his shoulders again. Gonna drive him off the apron face first. Hangman lifts up Joe. Suplex position again. Gonna try to stall him. Joe floats over one more time. Takes out Hangman again. Mox there to meet him. Throws him across into the barricade. Hangman puts Mox back in the ring. Goes for Joe. Joe goes for the stairs. And Hangman turns around and knocks the stairs away from Joe. Rolls back in the ring. Mox is there with an Irish whip. Both competitors thinking the same thing. Stun each other. Hangman Irish whip. Joe knocks him down. Joe now goes under Hangman. Back elbow from the Hangman, though. Kick to the gut. Snap DDT. Now Mox and Hangman working on Joe. Turns around. Black hole swinging side slam from Jon Moxley. Goes into the cover. At a 2 count on Hangman. Mox running cutter. Joe goes for the stairs again. Mox after the cutter. Choosing not to go for the cover. And now Joe and Mox gonna work on Hangman. Double team. That double team didn't last long. Joe punches him in the face. German suplex. Keeps his hands locked. Traps the arms. Keeps the arms trapped. Another German into the cover, but Hangman's there. Joe swinging sweep. Trips up the Hangman before he can get any momentum. Joe off the ropes. Kick right to Hangman's face. Follows up senton. Goes into the cover, but Mox is there to break it up before the referee can even count. These competitors are moving at a lightning pace here. Hangman reverses Joe. John goes for the stairs outside. Mox again picks up the stairs. Hangman with a hard clothesline out of the corner. That could be the end of this match. Ooh, but Joe's there to break it up. That was a beautiful lariat from Hangman. Joe sends Hangman in the corner. This could be the end for Joe. Mox is there waiting for him to finish this muscle buster. Mox slides out of the ring going for the stairs. Joe doesn't go for the cover off the muscle buster. That allows Mox to get in behind Joe. Lifts him up. Death Rider. Mox goes for the cover on Hangman instead. And he gets the win. Jon Moxley remains the #1 contender. For the AEW Women's World Championship, we are underway. Mayu Iwatani starting off this match. Drop kick to the back of Trinity. A lot of people in AEW not happy with how fast Mayu Iwatani got a title shot, earning her title shot in her debut match. Bottom springboard reverse poison Rana. Iwatani hard kick to the face, stuns the champion. Trinity with these elbows, though. Takes over the champion. Snapmare. Chop to the back. Kick to the face. The champion is now back in control of this match and checks over the challenger with an STO. Challenger back to her feet. Champion there that'll meet her, swinging neck breaker. Trinity lifts up her challenger. In control of this match. Gonna springboard. Second rope back Enziguri. Kick to the gut. Iwatani reverses. Heel kick by the champion. Irish whip now into the corner by Trinity. Follows up. Elbow. Gonna try to stomp out her challenger, but Iwatani fights her way up to a drop kick. Trinity rolls away. Rapid kicks now by Trinity. Ooh, follows up. Knocks her out with the last one. Gonna pick her back up. Trinity lifts up her opponent. Backs up a little. Ass to the face. What a great move. Picks her back up after an ass to the face and just tosses her out of the ring. Iwatani, though, able to grabs the champion. Poison Rana. Ooh, she rolls Hurricane Rana. And now the challenger feeling herself in this championship match. Champion back to her feet, though. Moves in, jumping clothesline from Trinity. What an amazing move that was. That's, yeah, incredible. And now Trinity, head scissor. She rolls through. Trinity running bulldog on Iwatani. Iwatani's in trouble here. Springboard Enziguri again from the champion. Mayu Iwatani is getting clocked right now. Hot shot off the ropes. This could be the result of being vaulted into a championship match. Iwatani fights her way out of the corner, though. Gonna pick up the champion. What's she looking for? Tombstone pile driver from the challenger. But she cannot get into the cover. And Trinity gets up before Iwatani does. Showing off after the tombstone pile driver. Iwatani back on her, though. Has her on the ropes. Gonna throw her down. Bottom springboard stomp to the gut. Iwatani lifts her back up. Irish whip to the turnbuckle. Follows up, back elbow gets blocked. Champion fights her way out. Iwatani snapmare of her own. Gonna head off the ropes. She does. Hits a knee to the face. Picks her opponent back up to her feet. These women are hitting hard. Striking fast here. And Trinity is able to retain her World Women's Championship. Mayu Iwatani was very close. But the veteran champion, Okada, starts out the match. Charging, gets caught in a hip toss. Malakai Black focusing on the arm of Okada. We know what damage he can do with the Rainmaker. Vertical suplex from Malakai Black. Black lifting him back to his feet. Hard kick to the face stuns the champion. Takedown into a Boston Crab. Now Malakai Black gonna whip Okada into the corner. Gonna make room for himself as he climbs up to the top with him. Vertical suplex position by Malakai Black. Gonna lift him up. Okada gonna fight his way out. Look like a vertical brainbuster. Malakai Black tricks the leg, goes into the cover. Okada has no time to react here. Malakai Black hard strikes in the corner, trips Okada again. Diving foot stomp. Kick to the face. Black again wrenching the arm of Okada. Trying to take out that Rainmaker. Another stomp. Okada now reverses. Irish whip sends Malakai Black over the top. Okada buying himself some much needed time. The champion coming right back in the ring, though. Okada doesn't even have a 1 count to catch his breath. Okada DDT to the champion. Another DDT by the challenger. Okada now going to head to the outside. Going to head to the top turnbuckle. Champion's down. Diving elbow drop. Almost hits. Malakai Black rolls out of the way. Gonna lock Okada's able to fight his way out. A master of submission reversals. Malakai Black lifting Okada. Arms trapped. Suplex. Drops him high on his head. The Corporate Elite thought this would be a walk in the park, but the champion's giving him a run for his money. Running knee connects. That could be the end for Okada. And Okada kicks out at 2.9. Malakai now stalking his challenger. Black mass connects. Okada able to get out again, though. Okada able to work his way to his feet. Irish whip. High drop kick. Okada now grabs his opponent again. Swinging tombstone pile driver into the cover. The champion saves his championship at 2. Okada staying on the attack, though. German suplex. He's going to grip the wrist. Roll through. Rainmaker. We could have a new world champion right here. And we do. Kazuchika Okada, leader of the Corporate Elite, beats Malakai Black. Kazuchika Okada, leader of the Corporate Elite, is your new world champion, and all it took was 1 Rainmaker. And we are underway. Hell in a Cell International Championship. Kenny goes off the ropes, already looking for it. Hits that over-the-top bulldog. Kenny Omega on the offense early. Gonna try a ripcord knee on target. Kenny now deadlifting. Gonna deadlift sit-out powerbomb into the cover. Kota Ibushi gonna kick out at 1. Omega is in complete control in the early parts of this match. Kota has to roll out of the ring. Gonna lift up Kota Ibushi, crucifix position. Looking for a widow's peak. Turns it into a submission hold. Unique submission. Kota Ibushi fighting his way out. Kota going to follow up with an Irish whip. Pulls him back. High knee. Kota goes under the ring looking for a weapon. He pulls out a steel chair. Kenny meets him outside the ring, though. Super kick connects. Kenny now stunned against the cage wall. Kota rams his head against it. Back elbow, though, drives Kota Ibushi backwards. Kota now stunned against the cage wall. Kenny now again driving Kota again to the wall, and it breaks. Both men now outside the cell. Kota Ibushi now forced to retreat, starts climbing the cell. Kenny on the other side is following him, though. Kenny is climbing this cage very fast to try to beat Ibushi to the top. Ibushi doesn't know Kenny's up there. Almost gets kicked off the top of the cell. Kota Ibushi is stunned. Kenny now picks up Ibushi. Hard back strike, gets reversed, back elbow. Kenny now going to lift Ibushi up. Going to trap the leg. Fisherman suplex. No one knows how long those cell tops can hold. These two men slamming each other on top. Ooh, backbreaker by Omega. Omega lifting Ibushi. Double axe handle. Ripcord knee knocks Ibushi out. He's out on top of the cell. But Kenny Omega is not done. V-trigger. Kota Ibushi doesn't know where he's at. Kenny gonna lift him up on top. Looking for the one-winged angel right on that support beam. He hits it. Kota Ibushi landing right on that steel support beam. Kenny now with Ibushi. V-trigger. Poison Rana. These guys are getting dangerously close to the edge. Ibushi, hard kick, stuns Kenny. He runs in. Shining Wizard knocks Kenny out. Standing corkscrew. Ibushi's now in control. Traps both the arms. Knee to the face. He might have knocked out the champion on top of the cell. Remember, a pinfall can only happen in the ring, though. He has to get the champion into the ring to pin him. Omega back to his feet. Drop kicks the knees out. Ibushi now lifts up Omega. Kick to the face misses. Omega punch to the face stuns Ibushi. DDT on the support beam. Ibushi is busted open. Kenny Omega is specifically targeting those support beams. Ibushi reverses suplex. Almost sends Kenny Omega over the edge. Ibushi lifting up Omega. Punch to the face. Omega so close to falling off the cell. You gotta know Ibushi would love nothing more than finally put away Kenny Omega here. Take back the title that Kenny stole from him. Kota now punching Kenny Omega. Close to the edge. Pele kick. Kota Ibushi goes under. Another suplex, throwing Omega across the top of the cell. Now Ibushi grabs Omega, lifts him up. Looking for the Steenalizer on the roof of the cell. And he hits it. Kenny Omega is in trouble. Gonna get Kenny Omega again. Snapdragon suplex. And returning the favor by suplexing Omega on the support beam. Running kick from Ibushi. Gonna pick Kenny back up in this combo. Knee to the face. Kenny is able to reverse. Lifts up Ibushi. No, he's looking off the side of the cell. Powerbomb through the table. From the top of the cell, Kenny Omega throws his former partner and best friend through the announce table. Both men back in the ring now. As if one table wasn't enough, Kenny has set up another one. Kota Ibushi is struggling to stand here. Ibushi fighting his way out. Rapid strikes. Ibushi is finding this energy from somewhere after being thrown through the top of the cell. Or thrown off the top of the cell. Grabs the chair and starts bludgeoning Kenny Omega. Kota Ibushi going to go into the cover. First cover of this match. Ibushi's going to win the match.